Yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Trump has put his tariffs all over the place. I've been trying to understand them. I don't. And everything's in the because of it. Donald Trump just cost me $20 million or whatever he did. Maybe don't be on the golf course.
Everyone in this room, everyone loves you. And I just want to say you're a true hero for this country. I don't know how many of you guys are invested in crypto or stocks. What the is going on with our country? Guys, why am I poor?
Because Donald Trump is the nominee against Joe Biden, I won't just vote for him. I will walk over broken glass to vote for him. His giant tariff policy that he just dropped on the market unilaterally, probably unconstitutionally.
I keep seeing videos of people saying like how they regret their vote, and if they could go back, they would change their vote, or they wouldn't vote, or blah, 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 right? Y'all don't regret your vote. You regret that those hateful things that you wished upon other people are now affecting you when you didn't know they would. So I don't feel bad for you. You're getting exactly what's coming for you, and I hope you enjoy these next 4 years.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Global Views with Josh. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our deep dives, breakdowns into the stories shaping America and the world. Now, today's episode, buckle up, because we've entered a whole new chapter in the "you did this to yourself" political saga. MAGA voters, yes, those same folks who proudly wore red hats like they were part of an exclusive fashion line, and now saying the quiet part out loud. They're actually blaming Donald Trump for the affordability crisis gripping the country. I know. White times, right? All right, let's get into it.
People are saying that Donald Trump is like Hitler. Are you sick of those people?
I am sick of those people.
Why do you think he picked one of them for his vice president?
Vance is comes from a middle class family. He struggled.
Well, when we had President Biden, he didn't do nothing for us. Everything went up. It was war. He never did anything for us.
What did President Trump do for you?
Oh, President Trump stopped the war. He helped the people. He did.
What war did he stop?
Huh?
What war did he stop?
Oh, he give us money, help the people, he helped everybody. He did a lot for the community, a lot for the world, a lot for everybody.
The Democrats were the ones that were for slavery. The Democrats were the ones that came up with the Jim Crow stuff.
Even if all of that were true about slavery, which party flies the Confederate flag today?
A lot of the Democrats.
You really think Democrats fly the Confederate flag more than
Democrats that, yes.
Overwhelmingly, you'll see a Confederate flag right next to a Trump flag. That's just how it works nowadays.
No, I haven't seen that overwhelmingly.
You really? You think, was it Democrats or Republicans trying to take down Confederate statues?
Confederate statues?
Which party was trying to take down Confederate statues?
What's the statue got to do with?
You're saying that Democrats are pro-Confederate, but weren't Democrats trying to remove Confederate statues?
Why are they doing that?
Because they're anti-Confederate.
No, they're not.
Why are they trying to remove the statues then?
Because they're trying to change the history of our country. You know what? Take your camera and go interview all these black people that are here, okay?
Yeah.
And you ask them.
The three black people that are here?
If you ask them.
MAGA Trump is making America great again. How is he making it great? Okay. He is great for the economy. Oh, he's tanking the economy. He's great for the stock market. Oh, he crashed the stock market. He made food prices go down. They're so cheap now. They're so expensive now. And the tariffs are about to make them go even higher. Shit. He has amazing foreign policy. I just love the way he deals with all the other world leaders. Oh, everyone in the world hates us right now, including Canada and Mexico, our closest allies. He creates jobs. He's a job creator. He's bringing American jobs back. Oh, he lost 250,000 jobs this past month? Ugh, Jesus. I don't get it. Can someone explain to me why we voted for him? Why did we vote for him? What was the point? Is it because we're...
So the answer is yes. Yes, Trump voters did want this. They want people to lose their jobs. They want people to lose their homes. They want the stock market to crash. They want kids to go hungry. Every single time your MAGA relatives or neighbors have told you they're sick of their tax dollars going to support food or education or clothing or housing for those people, this is what they were actually confessing to you. They like to hurt people because they think it's fun and they think it's funny. And they would rather make somebody else's life materially worse if it meant a couple of extra pennies in their own pockets, just because that's who they are. And as they always say, when somebody tells you who they are, you should believe them.
A woman in West Virginia who was one of Donald Trump's biggest supporters now regrets her vote for Trump because he fired her from the federal government. Just take a look at the clip.
This flag used to hang there. This was the flag Jennifer Piggott proudly hung outside her home during campaign 2024.
We had the flag. I had the shirt. I was a MAGA junkie.
A MAGA junkie who thought her government job would be safe with Donald Trump in office. She was wrong.
I cried. It's scary, you know, it's a really scary thing. And I was embarrassed.
He's a good boy. Piggott was abruptly fired last month from the Treasury Department's Bureau of Fiscal Service, based here in Parkersburg, West Virginia. The reason given for the firings of 125 probationary employees at the Bureau? Poor performance.
I had my last review on the 31st of January, and I had the highest rating that you can get on a review, less than 21 days before I was terminated for my performance.
You voted for Donald Trump.
I did.
Do you regret that vote?
Yes, I do. To cut the knees out of the working class Americans just doesn't make sense to me. I expected more from President Donald Trump.
Since speaking out, Piggott says she's received death threats and her home has been egged.
Yeah, she had her flag out. She wore the t-shirt. She was very much in Donald Trump's corner, and now she regrets it. She would not have voted for Donald Trump again, and you're seeing this sentiment all over the country. There were a lot of people out there who voted for Donald Trump to lower grocery prices or lower gas prices. Now, obviously, that's not happening, and instead, he's firing people from their jobs and destroying the federal government. We are already seeing a lot of regret from Trump voters, and I think that's only going to increase, just like you saw there.
I don't think people realize how quickly Trump is tanking the economy. When Trump took office, he inherited the strongest economy for an incoming president since George W. Bush. Job growth was booming, wages were up, inflation was down, and the stock market was climbing. Fast forward to today, and Trump's tariffs and his economic agenda have thrown everything in reverse. The new jobs report is brutal. The economy added just 22,000 jobs in August, about 50,000 jobs short of expectations. But the revisions for June and July were even worse. For the first time in 4 years, since the last time Trump was president, the economy actually lost jobs. And it's hitting some of our most important industries the hardest. Over the last 3 months, we've lost 31,000 manufacturing jobs, 13,000 mining jobs, and about 10,000 construction jobs. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is raiding factories and stripping legal status from 1 million immigrants, which in their absurd theory was supposed to help the most vulnerable American workers. But black unemployment is now at 7.5%, the highest in 4 years, and youth unemployment for 16 to 24-year-olds is at 10.5%. And it's not just jobs. In July, we also saw one of the biggest monthly spikes in inflation, which is now at its fastest pace in 5 months. And families are feeling it, with back-to-school supplies up 7.3% this year. And to put the cherry on top, after Trump inherited 12 straight quarters of economic growth, our economy actually shrank in the first quarter of this year, and has remained slow as consumers brace for even higher prices. A lot of Americans held their noses and voted for Trump, thinking that he'd fix the economy. But like everything else with him, his thirst for power and control has led to utter chaos. And unless we call it out now, he'll continue to lie and drive our economy off the cliff. So share this video and follow me to stay in the loop.
These new polls are not looking good for Donald Trump at all. 46% of Americans, including Trump supporters, say affordability is the worst they can remember it being. Americans also say that the affordability crisis is now Trump's responsibility, with 46% of them saying it's his economy now and his administration is responsible for the costs they struggle with. Remember, 1 year ago, Donald Trump said he was going to fix all of the affordability issues on day one. He was going to fix everything Biden apparently destroyed. Then Trump inherited the economy he spent months attacking and made it even worse. Even among Trump voters, a meaningful portion, 1 in 5, say Trump holds full responsibility for the state of the current economy. The White House is of course in denial about all of this, saying cleaning up Joe Biden's economic disaster has been a day one priority for President Trump. 43% of Americans, including 31% of Trump voters, say there is less economic opportunity in the U.S. now than there was in the past. Additionally, consumer sentiment fell in November to one of its lowest levels on record. As Trump is frantically trying to deflect all blame for inflation and high prices to Biden, the survey reveals that defense is starting to crack. More Americans say Trump holds most or all responsibility for the economy, 46%, then say Biden does, 29%. Donald Trump compulsively lied to become the president because he wanted to avoid going to jail. He never had any plan to help the working class of America. This is just like his first term. He's only helping the rich. All right, this is crazy. Trump supporters are now trying to claim that hunger is at an all-time low in America right now because of Donald Trump. Nick Adams posted this AI slop picture depicting Trump as some sort of biblical figure feeding the masses. And he, of course, falsely claims that hunger is at an all-time low in Donald Trump's America. But here's the truth. Recent data from Purdue University's November 2025 survey indicates U.S. household food insecurity actually rose to 14% from January to October. In 2024, it was 12.5%, so it's actually rising. The USDA also very strangely terminated its annual household food insecurity report in September of 2025 due to redundancy and politicization, whatever that's supposed to mean. Critics argue this obscures rising hunger amid policy changes like SNAP benefit reductions. Trump and his little puppets are trying to paint this beautiful picture, but the numbers haven't gone down, they've gone up. And the fact the USDA terminated its annual food insecurity report makes things a lot more suspicious. To me, this looks like a desperate attempt to bury the truth about rising hunger, making it a lot easier for the Trump administration to just lie to us.
Is anybody actually comparing what they paid for groceries in December when Biden was still in office to what they're spending today? I just did. And then I took it a step further. And now I am livid. I am so livid. So I only looked at 9 items that we purchased from Kroger's based on our online receipts to what those products sell for today at my Kroger's. 9 items. Our eggs went up $2. A bag of salad went up $1.70. Favorite chocolate bar went up 80 cents. The bacon we like went up 80 cents. Tomato paste, 10 cents. Hand soap, 30 cents. Italian bread, 50 cents. Mushrooms, 20 cents. Can of mushrooms. Butter, 50 cents. That adds up to $6.90 more for just those 9 items. Now, we buy those regularly, but let's just say we only buy them once a month. We are paying, since Trump took office, $83 more a year on these products than when Biden was in office, and I only stopped at these 9 products. At best, we found a few items that didn't go up in price. Do you know how many items we found that went down since Trump took office, which was his fucking promise? 0. $83 more a year just for these 9 items. Imagine if we did it with all of our staples, what we regularly purchase. Are you listening, Trump supporters? Do the math. Tell us if you think he's doing a good job for you.
We have some pretty big news right now. Donald Trump's own voters are turning on him when it comes to affordability and blame him at increased rates for the cost of living in the United States of America. New polling that's been released by Politico shows that 37% of those who voted for Donald Trump in 2024 say that the cost of living in the United States of America is at its worst than it's ever been before. And a good chunk of those blame the current president of the United States for the fact that affordability is just not affordable. It's a very interesting shift, but it's a very dangerous one politically for the Republican Party because heading into 2026, affordability is at the top of the ticket. Even if Donald Trump's name isn't there, his policies are. And while he calls affordability a, quote, Democrat con job, but his own voters seemingly don't agree. And if even just 15% of Trump voters vote blue in 2026, that would represent a massive leftward shift nationwide. We'll see what happens next. As always, spread the word. Subscribe to my Substack, link in bio to support. Follow along for all the news you need to know about.
If Trump says the affordability crisis is a scam, fine. Then show the real scam. The one that's costing Americans their groceries, their rent, their medicine, and their lives. Post your receipts. Show your grocery bills. Show your rent increases. Show the price for your prescriptions, your utilities, your very basics. Tag the company, tag the CEO if you can find them, and tag your representatives and your senators. Because when thousands of people show the real numbers, it's not outrage anymore. It becomes undeniable evidence. It becomes data that he wants to deny. Use the hashtag Trump is the scam so all the receipts land in one place. Because if he wants to call affordability a scam, then it's on us, the American people, to show the country exactly who the scam is. This is the difference between outrage and public pressure. Outrage just makes noise. Public pressure makes impact. That's how you change the conversation. And this is how you guard the republic.
So imagine this. For years, MAGA voters chanted, "Drain the swamp, America first, and only Trump can save us." But now, suddenly, the rent is too high. Groceries cost as much as weekend vacation. Wages can't keep up, and the economy feels like a circus act with no ringmaster. And like clockwork, the same people who insisted Trump was the financial messiah are turning around and saying, wait, why is everything so expensive? Why is life harder? Who's responsible for this? And the answer apparently is now, well, maybe Trump. Now that sound you hear right now, that's irony laughing in the background, because the policies they chaired, the tariffs, the deregularization, the budget cuts, the war on government services, and the obsession with punishing blue states like it's some sort of national sport, are now hitting them directly where it hurts, their own wallets. Exactly. Now, for years, it was as fun, they were all fun and games when economic pain was hypothetically or happening to other people. But now, the affordability crisis is coming home, and suddenly it's not so patriotic anymore. Now, let's break this down. Tariffs, those beautiful taxes on imports that Trump bragged about, have driven up prices on everyday essentials: food, electronics, household goods, building materials, you name it. This tariffs didn't punish China, they punished American consumers, MAGA consumers included. But when economists warned this would happen, oh, that was fake news. When grocery stores got more expensive, must be socialism. But now, when checkout totals look like luxury receipts, suddenly, is this Trump's fault? Interesting. Then, there were the promises of massive economic growth. We'll bring back jobs. Factories will reopen. Everyone will be rich. But many of those jobs never materialized. Worse, some of the jobs Americans did have disappeared thanks to policies that destabilized markets, scared off investors, and created uncertainty across industries. Yeah, and now that the ripple effects have hit rural communities and middle-class families the hardest, MAGA voters are realizing something politicians never admit. Economic boomerangs eventually come back around. Now, talk of the housing crisis. Trump slashed federal housing programs and gutted funding for affordability initiatives. Landlords got freer rein than ever, and now people are shocked. Shocked that the rent costs are exploding like fireworks on the 4th of July. Healthcare. Now, remember they promised to replace Obamacare with something better, cheaper, and more beautiful. Yeah, still waiting on that. The only thing that actually happened were policies that reduced coverage, raised premiums, and destabilized the insurance markets. But now, when families are drowning in medical bills, they are asking, wait, who made this worse? And some MAGA voters are now whispering the unthinkable. Maybe Trump played a role. No, really? Now, this right here is what happened, or what people mean when they say FAFO. Find out after fighting reality for years. Now, you can cheer on economic policies that experts warn will hurt you, then act surprised when they do. Exactly that. You can't push holes in the safety net and then cry when you fall straight through it. Look, you can't celebrate policies that raise costs and then wonder why you're paying more, right? It is the political version of touching a hot stove repeatedly and then shouting at the stove. Why would you do this to me? But let's be clear. Not all MAGA voters are flipping. Many are doubling down, blaming immigrants, Democrats, wind turbines, or whatever random thing they heard on a talk radio that's particular week, right? But a growing number are finally connecting the dots, and that shift, that's significant. It's very significant. When political loyalty meets economic reality tends to always win. So here we are. MAGA voters saying the quiet part out loud, admitting that Trump's policies might actually be part of the affordability crisis crushing their own lives. And whether this awakening leads to genuine accountability or just louder finger pointing is something we'll be watching closely. But one thing is clear. The era of blame everyone else is slightly turning into the era of wait, this might actually be on us. And honestly, the conversation is long overdue. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think MAGA voters waking up to economic reality will actually change anything politically? Now, is this the beginning of accountability or just frustration finding a new target? And most importantly, how do you think this affordability crisis will reshape America's political landscape? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm reading all of them. Thanks for watching Global Views with Josh. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. Credit belongs to original creators.